We are going to work with rational equations. So, first of all, I would like to explain what's the difference between between expression and equation. If I write down, let's say, write down 4x squared plus 8x, this is expression. So if I write down 4x squared plus 8x is equal 0, this is equation. Why? Because of this equal sign. Now, why is it important to differentiate equation and expression? Because expression, all we can do, we can simplify. So if I take 4x out as a common factor, I will have x plus 2, and that's all. I can't do anything more. All right? But when I have equation, every time you have equation, you can solve it for x. And I can take, let's say, same 4x out, x plus 2 equals 0, and then solve it. Either 4x is equal 0, x is equal 0, or x plus 2 is equal 0, x is equal negative 2. So you see the difference? So in simplification, x is still participating. All we did is simplify, but with the equation, we solve for x. All right. So once I explain this difference, we can start working on it. So what do we have? 1 over x plus 4 over 5 equal negative 3 over x. So we need to find common denominator between 4 and 5. I mean x and 5. Common denominator is going to be 5x, right? So, which means what we're going to do, we bring to common denominator, meaning all three terms are going to have the same denominator. So if common denominator is 5x, so in the case of 1x here, what we are missing? 5, right? So we multiply by 5 to get 5x. So remember one thing, whatever change you do to the bottom or one part of the fraction, you have to do exactly same change to the other part of the fraction. Okay, next plus 4 over 5. We have 5, but we need 5x. So I multiply by x here and multiply x here. And then equal negative 3 over x. So I multiply by 5 here and multiply by 5 here. So what do we get? 5x, 5x, 5x in denominator. So what is interesting, when all the denominators are equal, I can drop this denominator and get 5 plus 4x equal negative 3 times 5 is 15. Now I would like to stop there and explain why we can drop denominator. Let me do some drafting and explain to you. If I write down here x over 3 is equal 2 over 3. How much x has to be here? Of course, it has to be 2, right? Otherwise, this equal sign will be invalid, correct? If I have 5 over 7 is equal x over 7. So this to validate this equal sign, my x has to be equal 5, right? So we get 5 over 7 equal 5 over 7, x over 7. Okay, but it's completely different story if I write down x over 7 is equal 3 over 5. So the denominators are not the same. At this point, I cannot insist that x is equal 3. So what's happening in the case of same denominator? If denominators are the same, pay attention. So practically what I'm doing, I'm dropping this denominator and reading the numerator equal to each other. 5 is equal x. or x is equal 5. Here on the top, in this case, denominator is the same. So I'm dropping this denominator and I'm reading x is equal to right here. Okay? And if I have, let's say, 6 over 9 is equal x over 9. Since we have 9, same denominator, I can drop this denominator and read 6 is equal x to validate the equation. So this principle I am applying to every single equation, which means what I'm going to do, I brought two common denominator. I have 5x and I didn't skip any denominator. So I got 5x, 5x, 5x. So I drop it and I read the numerator also equal to each other. 5 plus 4x equal 15, negative 15. Okay, so from here we can read, solve this equation. 4x is equal negative 15 minus 5, because once I move over this equal sign, I'm flipping the sign. It's equal negative 15. So 4x is equal negative 20. We divide by 4. And we get x is equal negative 5. Okay? Next one, if you want to check if it's right or wrong, you got it right or wrong, just plug this, in this case, plug this answer negative 5 instead of x, and you should get same result on the right side of the equation and on the left side of the equation. Moving to next one, it's going to be 5 over x minus 9 over 4 is equal 1 over 2x. Okay, let's solve this one. We have x, we have 4, and we have 2x. So if anybody is having hard time to find the common denominator, I would highly recommend to watch my video, LCM, least common multiple, and GCD, greatest common divisor. So you will find there all this basic information you need. That was my very first recording. So for x, 4 and 2x, common denominator is going to be 4 between numbers 4 and 2. It's going to be 4, right? Because, 4 you can divide by 4 and you can divide by 2, correct? And we have x, 1x, so it's going to be attached to it, 4x. Okay, so that means I'm writing down 5 over x. So we need 4x, which means we are multiplying by 4 to get 4x, okay, minus 9 over 4. So we need to multiply, if we have 4, we need to multiply x, okay, equal, we have 1 over 2x. How much we need to multiply to get 4x? Only 2, right? So 2 is here, 2 is here. Okay. Let's see. Do we have here 4x, 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 which means with clean conscience, I'm dropping this denominator and I will get 5 times 4 is 20 minus 9x, and we get equal 2. So from here, negative 9x is equal to minus 20. I'm moving this 20 on the other side of equal sign. Therefore, I'm flipping the sign. Was positive will become negative. All right. So to find x, we are going to divide by negative 9. And here also dividing by negative 9. So what we're gonna get? This is gone. We get x is equal 2 minus 20. It's gonna be negative 18 over 9, which is equal negative 2. And here we have solution. All right? Next problem we are going to solve. So this is going to be 2 over 2x plus 3 equal 18 over x minus 18. Okay, 18 over x minus 18. So let's see what we can do here. Well, let's take our common, our denominator, 2x plus 3 and x minus 18. Do they have anything in common? No, they don't have anything in common, which means in cases like that, we need to multiply by each other. So common denominator is going to be 2x plus 3 times x minus 18. Okay? Let me write down common denominator for this one also on the side so you would see it, you would know. All right, so let's bring to this common denominator. What do we have? 2 over 2x plus 3. Okay, we have 2x plus 3, so we need to add x minus 18. We need to multiply by x minus 18. Yes? Okay, equal 18 over, multiply here also, I almost forgot. So 18 over x minus 18. So we have a x minus 18. So now we need to multiply by 2x plus 3. Okay, so do we have 2x plus 3x minus 18? 2x plus 3x minus 18. Yes, we do. Therefore, I'm going to drop this denominator and I will have twice x minus 18 is equal 18 times 2x plus 3. Let's solve it. I'm going to distribute 2x times 2 times x and times negative 18. It will be 2x minus 36 is equal 18 times 2x is 36 and times 3 plus 54. Okay, 36x. So from here, what am I doing? Combining like terms, 36 and negative 36 and positive 54. So 2x, I'm moving 36 on this side and I'm getting negative, because every time I move over equal sign, any term, I have to flip the sign. And that is equal positive 36 is negative 36 moving on this side. I'm getting positive 36 plus 54. And what do I get here? Negative 34x, because negative 36 plus 2 is negative 34. And here it is equal 80, 90. Okay, so once I divide, I'm going to get fraction, because division gonna give me 90 by 34 is gonna give me fraction. So let's divide negative 34, negative 34, and the answer is going to be here we gone, it's x is equal negative 90 over 34. By how much we can divide? By 2. Let's start with 2 because both of them are even numbers, right? By 2 will be 45. By 2 will be 17. Well, 17 is a prime number, so there is nothing else we can do. At this point will be negative 45 over 17. So if I take whole number out, 45 divided by 17, how many times it's gonna be, guys? 45 divided by 17, it's gonna be twice. 17 times 2, it's 34, right? So 45 minus this 34, we are getting 11. So this remainder 11 is coming to numerator and denominator never changes. Again, you divide 45 by 17. It's a whole number we take out. Here it is, the whole number, 2. Remainder is going to be 11, 45 minus 34. Remainder comes to numerator and denominator always stays the same. All right? Okay, moving to next one. It's going to be 8 over x plus 3 minus 5 over x minus 3, and that is equal 4x over, this is 4x over x squared minus 9. All right, look what we have, x squared minus 9. That's a formula, right? I can break down x minus 3, x plus 3. To remind you, it's like a squared minus b squared. That is equal a plus b times a minus b. Whoever doesn't remember, you can go back and watch my video for the difference of squares. A squared minus b squared, okay? And you will study there from that video. Okay, what do we have here? Denominator, x plus 3, x minus 3. Here we have both x plus 3 and x minus 3, which means this is going to be our common denominator, right? It has both. Okay, so what we are doing, 8 over x plus 3. So we are missing what? X minus 3, yes? And I'm putting here in numerator also. Next, minus 5 over, we have x minus 3. Now it's going to be x plus 3. X plus 3. So that is going to be equal 4x over x squared minus 9. Okay, since x squared minus 9, it's the same x minus 3, x plus 3, so we have the same denominator. If it's better, I'd rather write down x minus 3 and x plus 3. Since we have entire denominator here, we don't need to do any change. So since we have denominator is same everywhere, I'm dropping this denominator and I'm going to have 8 times x minus 3 minus, pay attention, I have mentioned in my previous videos that we treat negative sign in front of fraction as a negative sign in front of parentheses. So when I distribute this 5, it's going to change the sign inside of parentheses. So you will see in a minute. And that is equal 4x. All right. So we distribute 8x minus 24. Now, minus 5x minus 15. And that is equal 4x. So let's combine like terms. 8x, 5x, 4x. So 4x I'm going to move over. And negative 24 and negative 15, I'll combine and move it over here. Okay, let's do it. So 8x minus 5x minus 4x, it will be equal. Negative 24, I'm moving positive 24. Negative 15, I'm moving, will be positive 15. You could combine first negative 24, negative 15, get negative 39, and then move over, get positive 39. So at this point, doesn't matter. Whichever way you like it. Because math is also like an art. There are so many ways to approach and solve it, as long as you get correct answer. So 8x minus 5x is 3x. 3x minus 4x is going to be negative 1x. And that is equal. 24 plus 15 will be 39. So since we have negative x, we divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1, and our solution will be x is equal negative 39. Okay. Moving to next one. All right. I can try to solve here. No, I better start over because I will squeeze, huh? Okay, I can rotate around. That's fine. All right, x plus 2 over x squared plus 17x and then plus 72 and plus 7 over x plus 18, and it's equal 7 over x plus 9. Oops, I'm sorry, it's plus 8. And we have x plus 9. All right. So x squared plus 17x plus 72 and x plus 8, x plus 9. All right. So what is going to be here common denominator? So first of all, I have to factor x squared plus 17x plus 72. One thing I'm going to let you know, usually when you need to factor here one of these trinomials like this one, it's going to make what other two denominators are, which means if I have here x squared plus 70x plus 72, I believe it's going to become x plus 8 times x plus 9. See? Let's check. 8 times 9 is 72. And 8 times 9, yes, it's 72. And 8 plus 9 is 17. Okay? Well, if we look here, same thing is here. X squared minus 9. Once we open x minus 3, if you look here, x plus 3, x minus 3, and by the formula, you can break down or you can factor as x minus 3, x plus 3. So it's usually that's the way they put in there. X squared plus 17x plus 72. If you are having a hard time to factor it, look other two denominators. And that will give you a hint what you should factor by. Okay? All right. So let me write down x plus 2. X squared plus 17, x plus 72. I'm breaking down, factoring down x plus 8, x plus 9. Okay. And if we look, this is going to be our common denominator, yes? X plus 8, x plus 9, because you have here x plus 8 and you have here x plus 9. So it's going to be our common denominator. Let me write down x plus 8 times x plus 9. This is our common denominator. Okay, so that is, if then we do plus 7 times x plus 8. So what am I missing here? I am missing x plus 9, right? So multiply x plus 9, and the same multiplication I'm doing here. Okay, and that is equal 7 over x plus 9, and I'm missing here x plus 8, so it's going to be x plus 8, and here also x plus 8. Do we have same denominator, x plus 8, x plus 9 across the equation? Yes. With clean conscience we are dropping it, and we get x plus 2 plus 7 times x plus 9 equal 7 times x plus 8. On your question, why I didn't add anything on this side here? That's because denominator doesn't need any adjustment. You don't see any red color, so I didn't adjust this denominator. So with the full denominator is in there, therefore we don't touch. Okay? All right, let's solve this. Distributing, parentheses opening up, we are going to get x plus 2 plus 7x plus 63 is equal 7x plus 56. Okay. So from here, x squared, like combining like terms. So this 7x is going to be gone with this 7x, because once I move 7x, either this one I bring here or this one I bring here, it's going to change the sign and will be 7x minus 7x. So they are gone. So you need to also know that if the same terms on both sides of equation, you can cancel it, because once you move it, one will flip the sign and, well, they will cancel each other anyway. So we get x plus common, like terms, 263 is 65 and equal 56. So now I move 65 on this side, we flip the sign, x is equal 56 minus 65, and our x is equal 9 with negative sign. Okay? Okie dokie. Moving to next one. Is going to be 59 minus 5x over x equal 7 minus 1 over x. Okay. So what do we have? This whole number is 7. That means denominator is 1, right? And here we have x. Here we have x. So common denominator is going to be x. Correct? So what am I doing here? I'm multiplying only 7. I'm multiplying by denominator x because there is nothing in there. And at numerator also I'm multiplying by x. And as a result, so I'm dropping this denominator now. And I will get 59 minus 5x equal 7x minus 1. This is what we get. So like terms, I'm moving 5x, I'm moving here. I want to get positive x's. So it will be 7x plus 5x. And moving this negative 1 on this side, it's going to be positive. So we'll get 59 plus 1. All right. So on this side, we get 12x. On this side, we get 60. So if we divide by 12 and divide by 12, we are going to get 5. And x is equal 5. Okay? That's all. Moving to next question. One over x plus 5 minus 2 is equal 5x minus 2 x plus 5. All right, we have here same denominator. That means common denominator is going to be x plus 5, right? The thing is, here we have 2 is over 1. So I'm multiplying this by x plus 5. And here also by x plus 5. So we are getting 1 is equal minus 2 times x plus 5. And that's equal 5x minus 2. So this negative sign in front of fraction, we treat as a negative sign in front of parentheses. And we are getting 1 minus 2x and minus 10. We're supposed to get plus 10, right? But this negative, it's going to flip the sign. And we equal 5x minus 2. Again, I'm moving this negative 2x on this side. So I get positive with 5x. And this negative 2 move on this side, get positive. Let's combine. 1 minus 10 plus 2 is equal 5x plus 2x. And we are going to get 1 minus 10 is negative 9. Negative 9 plus 2, we get negative 7 is equal 7x. So once we divide by 7, because we divide only always by coefficient of x, and the answer we get, x is equal negative 1. All right. Next. Okay. Let's see next problem. Y plus 9 y plus 9 over y squared minus 2y minus 63 equal 1 over y plus 7 and minus 1 over y minus 9. Okay, let's assume I don't know how to factor. And if you really don't know how to factor, you can go and watch my video factoring x squared minus bx plus c. You will find it. All right, so what am I doing here? I am going to factor it, and let's say I can't find the right factoring. So I'm looking at these two here, y plus 7, y minus 7. Let's try. Y plus 7, y minus 9. 7 times negative 9. Let me see. 7 times negative 9, I'm getting negative 63. And positive 7, negative 9, it's negative 2. Bingo. So that's our common denominator, which means what we are doing, y plus 9 over y plus 7 times y minus 9 equal 1 over y plus 7. So what am I missing? Y minus 9, right? And then minus 1 over y minus 9. I'm missing what? Y plus 7. All right. Do we have the same denominator across the equation? Yes. dropping. We get y plus 9 is equal y minus 9 and minus, since I have minus, I'm going to flip every sign, minus y and minus 7. Okay? So this y is gone with this y. Let me take red color. This y is gone with this y because plus y and a negative y. Okay, now that's all. So all I'm going to do, move this 9 on this side to combine with like terms, and that's all. So y is equal negative 9. This moved negative 9, negative 9, and negative 7. So from here, y is equal negative 9 is negative 18. Negative 18, negative 7 is negative 25. If any of you, let's say you solved it and you are hesitating, if you don't know if you solved it right or wrong, you can plug here in the original equation and you should get on the left side and on the right side exactly same number. That means you solved it correct. Okay? Next one. Two x over x plus 6 minus 16 over x minus 8. Did I write down correct? No, x plus 8. I'm sorry. And that is equal 2x squared plus 128. And that is, at the bottom will be x squared minus 64. So x plus 8, x minus 8. So if we break down, this is formula a squared minus b squared, yes? That is equal a plus b, a minus b. Which is, in this case, it's going to be x plus 8, x minus 8. Again, you can go and watch difference of squares, a square minus b squared, if you don't know. So, 2x over x plus 8. Obviously, common denominator is going to be x plus 8, x minus 8, right? Because you have x plus 8 here, and you have x minus 8 here, and here you have both of them. So this is going to be our common denominator. So 2x over x plus 8. So let's bring to the common denominator. We need to multiply by x minus 8 because that's missing. Next, minus 16 x minus 8, which means I have to multiply by x plus 8. And that is equal x plus 8 times x minus 8. And in the numerator we have 2x squared plus 128. I don't think it makes sense. If you wonder why I am not taking common factor here, like 2, doesn't make sense because I'm going to solve equation. Why put an additional parenthesis when I will try to simplify all parentheses, open up all parentheses, right? Okay, so x minus 8, x plus 8, x minus 8, x plus 8, x plus 8, x minus 8. We have the same denominator dropping out the window, and we get 2x, x minus 8, minus 16, x plus 8, equal 2x squared plus 128. This is gonna be interesting, because in this case we are going to have, looks like, quadratic equation. Why? Because we have 2x squared, right? All right. So, what do we get? Let's multiply. 2x times x will be 2x squared minus 2x times negative 8 will be negative 16x. Next, negative 16 times x, it's going to be negative 16x. Negative 16 times 8, it's going to be minus 16 times 8. 6 times 8 is 48. 1 and 4, 8 times 1 is 8 and 428. Okay, equal 2x squared plus 128. You don't dare to cancel negative 128 and positive 128 because they are on the different sides of equation, equal sign. So if you move one or another, you will get the same sign and you will end up adding them. Okay? All right. So let's combine. Beautiful. Now these two we can cancel, 2x squared and 2x squared. I thought we are going to end up with quadratic equation, but we don't. We can cancel because they are on different sides of equal sign and they have same sign. Therefore, if you move one or another, it's gonna change the sign and you will end up getting 0 anyway. All right, so we get negative 16x is equal negative 32x is equal 128 plus 128. See, we will end up adding them. So negative 32x is equal, 16, 4, 5, and 2, 256. All right. So what we're going to do next? 256 divided by 32, right? Let's divide by negative 32, divide by negative 32. This is gone with this, and x is equal 8. X is equal negative 8. All right, one more and I'm done. You should be good with this topic. I solved, this is going to be 10th problem already. X plus 1 over x squared plus 15x plus 56. So plus 5 over x plus 7 equal 7 over x plus 8. All right. So again, we need to factor x squared plus 15x plus 56. And I bet it's going to be x plus 7 and x plus 8. So let's bring to common denominator. X plus 8 plus 5 times x plus 7 equal 7 times x plus 8. So what is going to be common denominator? Here we have x plus 8, here we have x plus 7, here we have both of them. So common denominator is going to be x plus 7 times x plus 8. All right, let's multiply x plus 7. We are missing x plus 8. Here also x plus 8. In this fraction, we are missing x plus 7. X plus 7. So we can drop the denominator, and the result is going to be x plus 1 plus 5 times x plus 8 is equal 7 times x plus 7. Okay, this is going to be equal x plus 1 plus 5x plus 40 equal 7x plus 49. All right, combining like terms, 1, 40, 49. So that is going to be equal x plus 5x, it's going to be 6x, and this 7x bringing over will be minus 7x equal 1 and 40, 41 moving over will be minus 41. So negative x, it's going to be equal 8. And from here, dividing by negative 1, x will be equal negative 8. And that's it. Okie dokie. I'm done. By the way, if you have any questions or there is any problem you would like me to solve and you are having hard time, please post in the comments, and I would gladly solve it, make a video and put it there within one day. Okay, I promise you that I can do it as fast as possible. Just post it in the comment and ask, would you please solve this problem? I am having hard time, and I will solve it with explanation. Thank you for watching. See you next time.